Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we have as well a category C airport, which is our destination. It's I can't spell it. It's Narsarsuaq, Bravo Golf, Bravo Whiskey Airport, which is in Greenland, and hopefully we reach our destination without any further problems. So I pick up its land livery, as you can see right now, and well, regarding to the briefing, I will check the NOTAMs, I will check the meters and the TAFs, and the weather at our destination is pretty cool. The runway is covered by ice according to SNOTAM conditions, but braking actions are good so far, and runway is chemically treated. So that means that we are legal and we are good to go. So let's jump to make some flight preparation. Okay, so I will start with the APU, as I assume that the airport there is low temperature as we are on Keflavik. We will see, we will check. Keflavik temperature is around 0, so it should be okay to have the cabin warm up without problems. So we will wait for the APU and continue with the procedures. Meanwhile, I can check the documentations, I can check the emergency equipment on board, everything is fine. Regarding to polar operations or operations in this kind of destination like Svalbard, or like for example South Pole destinations, especially South Pole destinations, you have to have ADTP procedures established in your company. Regarding to our flight, we don't need it right now, so it's basically okay, but you have to have the special polar equipment on board. Okay, and that's it. So okay, once again press fire tests. Okay, perfect. Cargo fire test. Okay, and now we can put the IRSs on, and it should be approximately 9 minutes, but here in PMDG it's approximately 15 minutes to align the IRSs in this geographical position, which is quite high, but well, okay. Okay, so we have everything is okay. So we can connect the hose. The refueling truck, we will check how many fuel we need. We have one problem with this destination. This destination has destination alternate airport so far, and it's Charlie Yankee Foxtrot Bravo Airport, which is in Canadian airspace. It's quite far away, so that means that our FMC reserve are almost 5 tons. So the whole flight, it's not so long, but the problem with the fuel is that your destination alternate is quite long. But we are performance limiting weight, and we need to have at Keflavik we need to have much fuel for taxiing. So in this case I will break the rules. I will not use Keflavik preferential runway system, and yeah, we have minimum block fuel of 10 tons exactly, so I will put approximately 10,500 or 11,000 kilograms. Okay, so it will be okay. It's perfect. We can start the refueling, cabin crew refueling in progress. We can connect with the ground personnel and we can make a pre-flight procedure. Okay, so and what will be our cruising level for today? 340. Zero. Tested 100. Okay. To 1.5. Decimal 8. Stop trim switch for overriding. Stabilizer trim, it's okay. So what we can do right now, I just unload the flight plan from SimBrief because it should be an outage of SimBrief server. So I copy the approach chart with me. Keflavik, and we have which runway, which stand we have? We have stand number 79. Okay, that's perfect. Stand number 79. That's it, and match our conditions. Activate, execute. And which runway we will pick up? The preferential runway system is 0119er. Okay, due to noise abatement procedures, but for the time being, okay, we can make it runway 01. Okay, so runway 01. We are not going to break the rules. So departure to Rallo. As you can see, we have Rallo 3 Alpha. Departure perfect. 340. Check with overhead. Okay, and now okay, this is Rallo 10-3 Delta, 7,000 feet. 7,000 feet. We'll check the cost index is 12. Reserve is 4.9er. As you can see, it's too much. Okay, and cruising altitude is, sorry, cruising wind is 160, 10 knots. And temperature is -6 deviation, so -58. In this region you have to always check your temperature. Okay, it should be 3 degrees below your freezing point, or -40, and well, basically that's it. So perform the light test. Everything should be okay. That's perfect. So light test is completed, and we can make VNH 1044. Phew! 1000 will be our engine out acceleration altitude, and I will check it with the charts if we have any engine out procedure or no. And right now there is nothing. Initial climb clearance, so 340. Zero 13. Okay, case of engine out, we'll go straight ahead over the sea, right somewhere over here, and then make it via left-hand circuit within 4,000 feet of MSA into relanding back to runway 09er. Or we may use runway 10 for emergency landing. So runway 10 for emergency landing, I will put it over there, because wind is 080, 4 knots, so it should be better. Okay, crew oxygen tested 100%. That's all okay. Fine. 109.5. 109.5. Okay, that's we have. Keflavik 112.8. 2.8, and that's it basically. So pre-flight checklist is completed, pre-flight procedure and pre-flight checklist is completed. Now we are waiting for refueling, but assume that we can refuel with packs on board. So request passenger bus, checked what is our passengers 155 3.1. Okay, bus is coming, and 1.5, so 500 kilograms here and 1000 here. That's okay. So we have to wait for refueling completed. Put a little bit warmer temperature for passengers. So with all passengers on board, we may disconnect the stairs upstairs and bus as well. Okay, just wait a little bit of the time for aft compartment and then we can go to load sheet and performances. Temperature is fine, runway condition is fine. In Keflavik we do not need to have the anti-ice or something like that, so that's perfect. Okay, we'll put the taxi information. Where are we going to taxi? Well, November and Kilo. Sorry, Kilo is this one, so November, and this is Echo. Taxiway Echo. I guess it's Taxiway Echo. And this is interconnection Sierra 12 Alpha 1 Kilo 1. Okay, so okay, perfect. So now we may perform the load sheet and make some performations. So we have 68 of gross weight, minus 200 of kilograms with the taxi. So 68. Okay, so D rate 22k and flaps 1. .12 and speeds will be 149er, 142, 146. That's okay. So right now we may release the maintenance one, release the stairs, and our actions, make pushback, standard turning to the right, and 20 meters, I think so. It should be so. As we have in center tanks, so we put the center tanks, and that's okay. Okay, now we are okay. So can connect the fuel truck and start performing a pushback. release the brakes. That means start the block time. Engine start procedure. Right now, starting engine number 2. Okay, maybe I have to put the 30 meters. Okay. But anyway, it's okay. Oh, it's okay. With this mast. Okay, so in this case I will stop the pushback right now. Okay. In order not to hit the mast. Okay, so we are started with cut out. Chokes are removed. Put it into the takeoff position. Yeah, but we've got a problem that we have stuck the car. Okay. So menu action, pushback car. Okay, removed, and now it's okay. We should be out of the way. Okay, so flaps 1 and before taxi. Okay, so we've got everything. Engine parameters are okay, so ground personnel may disconnect. That's okay. And from the previous flights I know that we have okay, no active failures. Okay, that's perfect. So ailerons checked, elevator checked, rudder checked, APU switch off, blank lower display on in recall, and below the line, that's okay. Okay, and now we have to move into the taxiway. So it was my fault. Okay, right side clear, left side clear. Okay, we should be on taxiway November, yes. And the first one, it's where I go. What is important to fly in Narsarsuaq? It's that you have to have serviceable NDB, because there is only one approach which you are allowed to fly, and it's NDB approach, NDB1 approach, and you have to have the special climb gradient. Okay. So now we are crossing the active runway, strobe lights on. Okay, strobe lights off. And now we can perform before takeoff procedure. So SID we have RALO. I have somewhere in top of my head that it's NADP number 2 for departure procedures, but well, we have a little bit of the time, so we can check it. Okay, APU we were allowed to use because it's 0 exactly. NADP2. Okay, so that's it, what I was talking about. We have NADP2 procedure. That means that we have to go to FMC and change it a little bit. Okay, so NADP2 means thrust reduction and acceleration as well at 800 feet. Okay, so that's NADP2. So now approaching the holding point. The front side is clear, so we can perform lineup procedure. Okay, our taxi time was 11 minutes, or let's say off block time with all these procedures, so it's quite, and we burn 100 kilograms. Okay, so rolling takeoff. Stabilize takeoff with N1 toga. So we have 80 knots, checked. Gear up. Okay, 400 L now. Autopilot engaged. Level change. Okay, now we may accelerate. So we have 800. So flaps up. Okay, we have flaps up, no lights. So we now. Was the transition was 7,000. Okay, transition. Standard ring flight level 70 right now. It's checked. Okay, we have 10,000 feet, so reset the minimums. Lights off. Little bit warm up the cabin. Okay, so we can release the passengers and enjoy the rest of the flight. And you may scroll it into the top of the descent point, and then I will explain what is the procedure. But basically, on Narsarsuaq, you don't have to use the Ian approach. Okay, I will explain you later on why. Okay guys, welcome back. We are shortly reaching our top of descent point, and now I would like to explain it how it looks like, and what is the point that we need to pay attention. As you can see on the chart, it's clearly depicted right over here that it's only AFIS frequency. What does it mean? It means that in some point we have to catch the frequency of the AFIS tower, okay, or let's say it's on the tower, but its AFIS frequency, it's Air for Information Services. That means that the air traffic controller cannot give you the clearance for the landing, cannot give you the clearance for takeoff, but he is just advising about the traffic, okay? And we have to advise in some compulsory reporting points that, okay, hey man, we are arriving and our estimated time of arrival should be this one and this one and so on and so on. So this is the first point. The second point, what I would like to point out, it's we have only one possibility for landing, and it's NDB-DME 1 runway 06. But here is some kind of tricky situation of some kind of problem. If you realize from last waypoint to November Alpha NDB, Narsarsuaq NDB, we have a problem because we need to realize somehow the minimum sector altitude. Now, well, the correct procedure will be, in case of we are visually, we can continue without any further problems. But assume we are not visually, so in this case we should, as you can see, the minimum sector altitude for our segment of arrival will be 8,900 feet, and imagine that you have to descend from 8,100 feet over this NDB like all the way down here. So it's a really hard and a really tricky situation. That's why I put on GPA on CDU 1,600 and 5,800. 5,800, why? Because it's clearly stated on NDB, okay? But if you are in the clouds, the correct procedure will be to come to the NDB to 8,900 and then decelerate, okay? But for the time being, I will leave it like it is now, but it's not correct procedure what I'm doing now. The correct procedure should be for example 1,600 feet knots and 8,900 feet, okay? And it's quite quite a height of loss of altitude in order to reach the waypoint. Another point of the thing regarding to the approach is that we are not allowed to use the EAN approach. Why we are not used to use the EAN approach? Because EAN approach is integrated navigation approach. Well, the first condition is met, okay, it's straight, okay, so we can use it. But the second condition, EAN approach creates own 3-degree path, okay, so we don't know how we are with this waypoint, with this waypoint, and with this approach, or let's say visual descent point, okay? So that's the problem. That's the little problem. So we are not allowed to use the approach mode and make it via EAN approach. And the best solution for me, but it will be hard approach for me because I don't have the copilot, to make it via vertical speed, okay? So once we are on Narsarsuaq, we should have 5,800, and then we can go down and to DME9, and from DME9 we should have 3,900 to DME8 3,100, and then go down to this DME5 and we should have 2,100. The misapproach procedure is climb on 066 2,400, immediately turning to the left into 280, climbing to NDB and climbing to 6,800. So misapproach will be 6,800 feet, okay? So this was the basic explanation. Another explanation regarding to the braking actions is good, that's perfect, but runway is covered with ice, with chemically treated, so there is no compromise, and I will put auto brake on 3. Okay, and NDB frequency, NDB cruises, and NDB frequencies, NA 359er as well. Put it on hard now tuning. Okay. So we will see how we will perform the approach. As you can see, we have bench of the clouds, and a last med report of the airport was that we have, I will update it, with overcast 650. So that means that in real life ops, I will put on this NA NDB 8,900 feet as a minimum sector altitude within 25 nautical mile rings. As you can see, I will put it over there. Okay, in order not to hit some obstacles or control flight into the terrain. Let's fit. Okay. So everything we have, recall we have, landing altitude as well, so that's perfect. And you may enjoy the landing, but for me it is really hard approach and landing. So the QNH 1013, but according to our last med report, the QNH should be quite higher, so 1016. That was I expected. Okay, so we have enough speed, a little bit go down the speed brakes. Okay, so cabin crew on. On 1046 it was 1041, so the QNH rapidly changes. According to my report, it's 1041. Okay, but I will leave it on Microsoft Flight Simulator. And as you can see, we are approaching to the NDB, and we are quite low on the profile. As you can see, there are the bench of the hills and so on. So well, I will be maybe happy if I put 8900. Okay, like this one, and then we are 3000 feet below, so make it vertical speed 1000 feet per minute. This was what I was talking about. Okay, always respect me the minimum sector altitude and minimum safe altitude. Okay, so I'll put the lights on just right now. I'll cool down the cabin a little bit. So 500 feet per minute or less. Okay, now we're on the sector, which is minimum sector altitude, and from this point of view we should have 8900. Okay, because we are arriving somewhere from this position, so 8900 feet. Okay, so we can go down a little bit. Now we can decelerate to 40. We are on the wrong side. If we have wrong QNH, like the QNH, it's higher than actual, so we are not in correct position. Okay, we can decelerate a little bit again. And now we can go from NDB to 3600, okay? To DME9. So we can put flaps 1. So always when you have no radar controls, you should check your minimum off-road altitude or minimum grid altitude for particular airport, and as we are within 25 nautical miles, it's solely depend on the minimum sector altitude and or minimum safe altitude. Okay, so now we are okay. Flaps 5. It's a little bit turbulent because it's a little bit turbulent. And I will put the engine anti-ice because it's some kind of fog. Okay, so we can go down, flaps 10. So you can see altitude, it's 100 feet above, so that's not a good situation for us. And we can go down from 3600, okay? So as we are approaching, get down, flaps 15. It's okay, the airport should be somewhere below us. I can't see the airport. Okay, this is the airport. So we can put the 3600 into the okay, now we are above the airport, above the NDB, so we can go down with level change. Okay, we can arm the brakes, that's okay. Engine anti-airs we don't need for time being. So the mid approach altitude was 6,800, okay. That's quite perfect, that's quite okay. Okay, so now we can make it with level change and make it with 1000 feet per minute. We'll see how it happens in this turn. Okay, we can go down a little bit more. Okay, so we have 3100 on this waypoint. The speed brakes are ineffective beyond the flaps 10. So you may use it up till flaps 15, but they are unusable above the flaps 10. So, okay. So now we are performing the turn. Okay, so we can pre-select it 3100. Within the turn. So we are basically turning, so go down. And we can put the approach heading 66. And then we are going to 2100. And this is the DME 50, okay. we can go down a little bit. So flaps 25. A bit go down. Flaps 30 and we want for 4. Okay, that's perfect, and we can go down with the vertical speed again and to the altitude 1800, and now we can revert to 6000. Okay, 800 feet, which is our means the approach altitude. So that's perfect. Minimum is landing. So autopilot disengaged, and recycle the flight director switches. Okay, deselect the speed, and now we can focus on the landing. As you can see, the things are going quickly on the final approach, so that's why we are two on board, first officer and our captain. Okay, so we are on the ground. Little bit on the nose, so we'll on the nose, sorry, on the main wheel on the left side, but that's okay. So we are perfectly to go. Without any problems. So now we have to switch on the charts and look what's there. It's Alpha Bravo taxiway. Okay, so we'll go now. We have no traffic. We'll go into the end of the runway, and now as you can see the snow on the runway, so make it like this one. Okay, so put the engine antennas on, and okay, so all the approach was flown with the perfect way. A little bit low on the speed on the touchdown zone, but on contaminated runways there are basically no problems with hard landings or something like that. So that was completely okay. And as you can see, regarding to the real life operation, the runway should be dry and chemically treated, so that's no problem. But as I can see, it right now. We have some problems, and how to deal with. Put the flaps to flaps 15, and then we'll wait for the airplane inspection, and then we will see. Okay, so maybe this will be the taxiway Bravo, I guess so. Or maybe Alpha, I don't know. Okay, I'll stop the airplane and just put the lights off. So we'll put it like this one. I don't know where's the taxiway, and how can I taxi without the marshal resistance, so that's okay, basically. So parking brake is set, APU is on bus, so shutdown procedure, shutdown checklist. Like this one. Okay, now it's okay. Okay, so welcome to Bravo Golf Bravo Whiskey Airport in Greenland, and yeah, as you can see, we are maybe out of the, I don't know where is the center line, where is the parking place. So in this case of situation, you should always have the marshal assistance. Okay, so he will guide you to the correct the position. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, and this was the correct procedure how to fly into this airport. So thank you very much for watching, and have a nice day and have a safe flight. Bye bye.